Welcome students. Myself, Riva Rutinia Pace, will explain to you all about competencies of an entrepreneur. To become a successful entrepreneur, one must possess the entrepreneurial values and attributes. A rising entrepreneur must have some requisite competencies before starting a new venture. These competencies will help establish a strong enterprise. Competencies is a set of defined behavior that provides a structured guide enabling the identification, evaluation, and development of the behavior in an individual. Competencies are basically underlying characteristics of a person which results in effective performance of a job. There are certain competencies an entrepreneur should possess which help him or her perform the role of a business person. The behavior and skills projected during a task by an individual are called competencies. Entrepreneurial competencies are the skills required by an entrepreneur for starting the business venture and carrying it on successfully. These competencies can be classified under initiatives, creativity and innovation, risk-taking and risk management, problem solving, leadership, persistency, information seeking, systematic planning, quality performance, enterprise launching competency, and even enterprise management competency. So let's take each point in detail. Initiative. Initiative is the primary competency required by an entrepreneur. One must be able to take initiatives and decisions to lead a group towards the goal. Entrepreneurs can do so only when they are keen observers of the changes occurring and trends around them. They should be aware of the consumer requirements, dynamic commercial trends, and product types. Entrepreneurs should be able to take actions that go beyond his job requirements and to act faster. He is always ahead of others and able to become a leader in the field of business. He does things before being asked or compelled by the situation. The next one is creativity and innovation. The ability to think creative and innovatively is another trait possessed by some individuals. They meet the demand and challenges of a situation with their innovative ideas. They use their creativity to turn the demand and utility of a product into wealth. Example, innovative ideas like changing the packaging of a product can display one's creativity. The next one is risk management and risk taking. These are skills which can only be explored by entering into zones of uncertainty. There are various potential challenges encountered by an entrepreneur. In situations when a product is launched into the market, the demand and supply of the product, the availability of resources used for making the product, the likeness of the product design and services rendered at various stages of business. An entrepreneur has to take risk. He has to take calculated risk and manage the risk so that he gets better returns out of the risk that he takes. Next one is problem solving. When an entrepreneur has learned to deal with risks, he or she must find alternative ways of problem solving. In a new venture, there are many risks and difficulties which appear on the path of success. An entrepreneur should calculate the risk and build up multiple strategies to approach a certain problem or generate new ideas. An entrepreneur has to identify new and potentially unique ideas to achieve his goal. They generate new ideas or innovative solutions to solve problems, and they take alternative strategies to solve the problems. The next one is leadership. A good leader works with his or her team and leads them forward towards a common goal. He or she must instill confidence and trust in the team so that maximum cooperation can be achieved. They must believe that they have the ability to achieve great things. This positive attitude will allow them to lead their business to success. Another important competency which an entrepreneur must possess is persistence. An entrepreneur should not be easily discouraged by the things that are happening around him. One should be determined to face the adversity. He should rethink on the ideas when the business seems as if it is falling. Next thing is quality performance. The factor that enables an entrepreneur to survive in the market is the quality of his or her product. He must give a great emphasis on the product. He must focus on the product that he is producing. An entrepreneur must keep up to the standard and should be concerned about the quality of his or her work. An entrepreneur must act to do things that make certain standards of excellence that give him greater satisfaction. An entrepreneur has a desire to produce or sell better quality of products or services. The next thing is information seeking. An entrepreneur is judged by his or her decision-making skills. To take a certain decision, we need information at every point of enterprise management. A successful entrepreneur should gather quality and abundant information so that he can take proper, wise decisions. He or her should see that or should remember that the decision that he takes will have an impact on the success or the failure of his enterprise. An entrepreneur must be able to take action based on the information that he seeks. They must do personal research, provide better base for his product or service. They seek information or ask questions to clarify what is needed by the consumer. They personally undertake research and use that information into something that can be used or utilized in his product or service. Next thing is systematic planning. We all agree to the fact that there is only limited amount of time, money and manpower. An entrepreneur puts his or her energy and finance to build an enterprise. So, he or she should develop a detailed plan beforehand and use his or her resources wisely. An entrepreneur must develop and use logically step-by-step plans to reach goals. They plan by breaking a large task into subtasks and develop plans. They anticipate obstacles and evaluate alternatives. They take a logical and systematic approach to activities. After you have decided that you want to do something, after you have decided to take the initiative, an enterprise launching competency is also what is needed by an entrepreneur. Very few people can identify the opportunities present around them. Successful people find different ways to earn money rather than traditional ways. An entrepreneur should be able to make efficient use of resources which are present in the society but remain unseen. Some of the competencies which are required to launch an enterprise are competency to develop a business plan, competency to obtain technical assistance, competency to choose the right type of ownership, that is sole proprietor, or you can say partnership, competency to plan the market strategy, competency on where to locate the business, from where to arrange the finance, competency to deal with the business wisely. So these are some of the competencies that an entrepreneur needs to start a business. After you launch a business, you need to see that you manage your business. So that is enterprise management competency. Whatever be the size of the enterprise, it requires the same management effort. Management functions such as production, marketing, finance are all that an entrepreneur has to do, be the size big or small. The result of these functions determine the substance of an enterprise. Here, the competency to manage the business, competency to manage the manpower, that is your human resource, competency to promote the business, competency to manage the sales efforts, to manage the finance, to manage the consumer, and the main thing is to protect the business. So an entrepreneur needs or must have the competency to manage the enterprise. To conclude, competency is a set of defined behaviors that provide a structured guide enabling the identification, evaluation and development of the behavior of an individual. A rising entrepreneur must have some requisite competencies before starting a new venture. These are necessary competencies which help to establish a strong enterprise. Thank you.